Okay, we are now going to take a look at the Skydome, which is a brand new feature of 1.1 release. You can access it in the Populate section clicking on the Skydome button. Okay, so here is our Skydome globe, and there are many parameters that you can use. I'm not going to explain what they mean in technically, and I will probably do a page on my blog that will explain that in detail. And I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how they work. We have the sun pitch, which is, well, doesn't need an explanation, I think. You can lower the sun or make it higher. We have the sun azimuth, which is the horizontal direction of the sun in the sky. Let's define it like this, even if it's not an accurate definition. You can at any time also tweak the red, green and blue gamma of your Skydome. So if I lower my sun a little bit more, I can, for example, approach a late afternoon scenario and say that I want just more red tones. So I'm going to use my red gamma slider and set my value to 1.7 degrees, and so as you can see I have this nice pink and tending to red tones. Same way you can of course also tweak the green gamma up or down and the blue gamma. I'm going to reset my sky clicking this button here, and I can also increase or decrease the turbidity. A very turbid sky, it's probably useful to create some landscapes or scenarios where there is a lot of pollution in the air, or some very hot summer days, for example. And we have also the horizon luminance. That first decrease my sun pitch a little bit so that these parameters here are more understandable. One word of advice that I forgot to tell earlier. I used the Rayleigh equations to code the Skydome, which give a very realistic result in terms of Skydome computation, and tweaking all these parameters may lead to a point where the mathematical model will not comply anymore. So for example, in this case, if I lower my turbidity too much, you see what happens. I get to a point where the combination of these parameters doesn't satisfy the equations anymore, and the model just blows up, and I get this odd black globe here. So this is not an error, it's just that the Rayleigh calculations do not comply, are not satisfied with using the parameters that we have right now. So no problem, we are just going to work on our sliders as well and raise our turbidity, and it's done. Or you can also reset the whole Skydome. So remember, when you are getting to a situation where you have the colors and the Skydome representation with odd output, that's because the parameters entered are not the proper ones that the equations are expecting. So let's continue, and well, as I said, we have the horizon luminance. See, increasing the luminance is going to give a sort of glow around my horizon. we have also the horizon darkness, which in practice restricts our horizon field. We can use also the solar region intensity to increase the aura of our sun or decrease it. Solar region width, so you see we're now going to get a more visible sun. Alright, so this looks like the sun in Japan, right? And we have also the backscatter lighting, which in practice will deflect backwards the light particles incoming from their original direction. Alright, you see again here I am doing something that doesn't match Rayleigh equations. That's because I'm using a backscatter light setting which is too low. So I'm going to raise it a bit and get back to normality. And so you understand that by combining all these parameters you can get pretty much nice skies with different colors, and well, then it's up to you to decide what kind of skydome you like to create. I almost forgot to talk about the stars. How can we have a skydome without stars? Let me reset the skydome, and well, if you lower the sun pitch below 20 degrees, we are going to get stars in the sky. So now I'm at complete midnight, and you see that I have some tiny small white dots here which represent my stars. One note, this is not the actual final result of the stars. These are here just for the sake of showing you that you will be getting stars in your final texture. And so another setting that you can use with stars is the star intensity, which will decrease or make the star brightness higher or lower, and the star population, nothing or so many stars. As you see again that well, these are just random dots here that well, are not representing the final output. And as I raise my sun pitch again, you see that the stars are gone, obviously. Okay. Okay, now let's generate our skydome. For this first example, I want to get no stars, so I'm going to increase my sun pitch, and well, let's say I'm good with this, and I go into the create section, and I choose to add a skydome with well, let's try a 4-key texture. The skydome, in order to look good, needs large texture, so I gave support up to 16 keys, and in my opinion 8 key is very much a good choice, because it's well, it's a very large texture, and will give you very nice tones, and will be a smooth texture. But for this case I'm just going to choose a 4-key texture, and I'm going to create my studio scene. Okay, so now this is my studio scene just created in Studio, and well, you see it's my terrain, and we have our skydome as well. I'm going to hide my terrain for a moment so that I can concentrate on the skydome. I'm going to frame my skydome, and as you can see, it well, it's just specular to what was my skydome in INFINITO. The first thing to do when you have the Skydome in Studio is to get rid of the diffuse color. This is because if I'm going to render my Skydome, you will see how the result will be darker than what expected. This could be actually nice in some landscapes or scenarios, but if you want a result that matches what you have created in Infinito and the way how it's looking in the preview, just remove the diffuse color map from this node. I set it to none. Alright, now my Skydome is completely white, but when I render this, it will actually be like it was supposed to be. And so now, this is a very nice way to actually create your Skydome as you like, and you can use so many parameters to generate the colors and the gamma of tones that you like for your Skydome, and use it with Infinito or any else scenario that you have in Studio. And if I want, for example, to generate a Skydome with stars, well, let's not touch anything here. I just get back to Infinito and I go back to the populate section. I lower my sun pitch so that I get, well, not really full black sky. I just want it to be, yeah, just a little bit dark, but not all the way black. And well, I set the star intensity a little bit less brighter, and well, let's do many stars. Alright, so I go to the create section and I'm just going to regenerate my my Skydome texture, clicking the button, regen sky texture, and well, Infinito is going to recreate the Skydome map only, and when it's done we are going to check how it looks like. So I get back to Studio and I'm going to render my Skydome with the new generated texture. I'm a bit far away from the optimal position because just very much far away from my terrain, but well, from here we have a full view of our Skydome, and you see how the stars are being rendered against a quite dark Skydome. And so we have just explored the Skydome section, and as you understand, with this tool you are able to create a Skydome with all the colors and features that you like, even stars. And well, I think this will be an appreciated feature that is being added to Infinito. See you later, bye.